Coming up on H-Town High School Sports, state champions are crowned in basketball as these Bulldogs from Hitchcock and these Eagles from ATASCOCITA pursue state titles. We're off to ATASCOCITA as our team of the week earns its second straight trip to the state Final Four.
We lost a lot of seniors. We were all really juniors. Nobody really thought we would be good, but we put that on our shoulder and we just wanted to prove them wrong, and we did it. We're back.
Well, we'll head to Hitchcock as our coach of the week leads his Bulldogs to state.
So we get a lot of people, even from surrounding areas, that call me, man, y'all did it, y'all made it back.
Also, the lifelong NFL dream of this former Elkins Knight great will have a special report.
I always had a dream playing in the National Football League, and so I worked my tail off every single time I stepped on the field.
Plus, it's sheer greatness ahead with a special edition of the Plays of the Year. So make the right play. H-Town High School Sports starts now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to H-Town High School Sports, powered by Vipe. I'm Todd Freed, and then there were two, with the ATASCOCITA Eagles in Class 6A and the Hitchcock Bulldogs in Class 3A advancing to the UIL State Basketball Final Four. We'll get to ATASCOCITA and hear from the Eagles in just a minute. First, for the first time since 2004, Hitchcock advanced to the state tournament. The Bulldogs face San Antonio Cole in the Class 3A state semifinals. Here comes Hitchcock, looking to add to its 18-game win streak, but Cole jumped up big. Silas Livingston, nice pass to Trey Blackmore. His jumper is good, and the foul. 16-0 Cole in the first. Here's Blackmore for three more of his game-high 23. Bulldogs now. Reese Kadlicek, the block. Christian Dorsey gets it up to Damian McDaniel, who drives and scores. Later in the first half, Jaden Saxton Rivera twists and turns and puts it in. Hitchcock trailed 28-13 at half. Bulldogs rally in the second half. Lloyd Jones III battles for the rebound and he scores. Then Dorsey lob pass to Jones. That cut the lead to 38-31. They pulled within three late, but Cole connected on 7 of 7 free throws to close it out. 53-49 the final. San Antonio Cole wins. Hitchcock goes 31-6 on the season. We'll have more on the Bulldogs later in the show. And we'll have much more on Hitchcock later in the show. We'll hear from the guys. In Class 6A, the ATASCOCITA Eagles advanced to the state tournament for the second straight year. The Eagles would have the daunting task of facing a 33-1 Duncanville team that was not only ranked number 1 in Texas, but it was also ranked number 1 in the nation. To the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, ATASCOCITA up to the challenge against mighty Duncanville. Early, Kanya Ortiz to Caleb Pouncey for the slam, 7-2 Eagles. Then Devion Randall, great pass, David Martinez, it's 9-3. Still in the first, Landon Jumawan had a big game. He takes it for three, hits it, 12-3 Eagles. Here's Jumawan, great moves, lays it in, 16-7 ATASCOCITA after one in the second. Pouncey, backdoor to Angel Johnson, 18-7. Then Johnson, top of the key for three, and it's good, 21-9. Still in the second, Jumawan, deep three, hits it, 27-10. Eagles shocking Duncanville. Martinez for three. The lead was as high as 20 points. He drills it. It was 32-19 at half. But the second half was all Duncanville. Ronald Holland rebounds, fouled, and scores. It was 34-32 after three. In the fourth, more Panthers. Demings, great pass to Holland, and he stuffs it. Duncanville takes the lead, 36-34. Off the steal, Anthony Black all the way, and the foul, 41-36 Panthers. Then Evan Phelps to Damian Sykes, and he jams it, 45-36. Then Sykes to Holland, and it's going to be a monster dunk, and Duncanville rallies big time, 50-36 the final. ATASCOCITA put up a battle, but the Panthers just too tough in the end. Now, the Eagles had earned a berth to state despite losing several key starters from last season's state semifinalists. It's been a remarkable season, to say the least. More now as we recognize ATASCOCITA as our Allegiance Bank Team of the Week. As the Atascocita Eagles capped off the Class 6A Region 3 Championship with a 67-49 victory over Shadow Creek, the Eagles also earned a second straight trip to the 6A state tournament, doing so despite graduating the starting core of last year's state Final Four team.
And every day, they play with a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they feel like they can play, and they can. We feel like we have a team full of college players that just haven't been recognized much, and every night they go on the floor, they get a chance to prove themselves.
I just feel like coming into this season, we had a little chip on our shoulder because we lost a lot of seniors. We were all really juniors. Nobody really thought we would be good, but we put that on our shoulder, and we just wanted to prove them wrong, and we did it. We're back.
Back indeed. For the season, the Eagles own a 34-6 record. And while the lineup itself isn't loaded with so-called star power, it's a powerful lineup in many other respects.
You're right. We don't have a superstar on this team, and the guys, one of the things they do is play well together, and that's been a big part of our success. They sacrifice together, they play offense and defense together, and there's a lot to be said for that, and it's gotten us to this point.
In your face, intensity, defense, we're all over you from like 94 feet. So we pressure a lot, and we play with a lot of intensity.
We play fundamental basketball, but it's not just regular fundamental. We play smart, we play together, we play scrappy, and we play the game of basketball. We play how you're supposed to play rather than other teams that aren't as organized as we are. But, we try to be as organized and, have everything set and planned as when we come in and be ready.
We just play really fast and really aggressive, get in you, move the ball, move it quick, try to wear you out, because we feel like we're one of the most in-shape, conditioned teams in the state or nation. So we just use it to our advantage.
An advantage shared by an especially cohesive and tight-knit group of players.
There's no jealousy on this team. They don't mind that if one person's hot, they find that person and get him the ball, and they all feed off of that, and that's really a really cool thing to watch. When you see how these kids interact with each other and with their teammates, man, it's special.
And we are here on campus at Atascocita, and guys, congratulations on going back to the 6A state tournament. On behalf of our sponsor, Allegiance Bank, and H-Town High School Sports, we present you this plaque as the Allegiance Bank Team of the Week. Yes, sir! Up next, the long and winding football road of this former Elkins Knight. We'll have a special report with Jonathan Giles as he pursues his NFL dream.
Hey, we're the Katy High School soccer team, and you're watching H-Town High School Sports with Todd Freed.
Welcome back to H-Town High School Sports, powered by Vipe. I'm Todd Freed. Well, from Elkins to Texas Tech to LSU to TSU, it's been quite the path for quarterback turned wide receiver Jonathan Giles, a path that could have the former Elkins standout ever so close to the next chapter in his football career. As he trains tirelessly for the upcoming NFL draft, the road to get to this point hasn't been a traditional one for former Elkins Knights quarterback Jonathan Giles. Flashback to 2013, when Giles emerged as one of the region's top quarterbacks, accounting for over 3,000 yards of offense and 32 touchdowns as only a junior. His senior stats were just as impressive.
Just Friday nights with the guys, man. It was an unbelievable journey being at Elkins.
After Elkins, Giles signed with Texas Tech, where he was moved to wide receiver. As a sophomore, he ranked among the nation's best wideouts with 13 touchdowns and over 1,100 yards in receptions. His quarterback that season, none other than now NFL superstar Patrick Mahomes.
It was unbelievable. People talk about the games and just even the practices. He's throwing no looks, throwing it 100 yards down the field, and he's just an unbelievable athlete. He's an unbelievable person, and just the relationship I had with him is unbelievable.
A promising collegiate career led Giles to a transfer to LSU. After sitting out a season per transfer rules, Giles was even bestowed LSU's coveted jersey number 7, typically reserved for the Tigers' top playmaker.
It did. It meant a whole lot to me just to be in the same conversation as Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, guys like those, DJ Chark, who's doing very good, well in the NFL. So it meant a lot to me. Unfortunately, I didn't have that good season that year, which it hurt. It hurt a lot for me just because I knew how hard I worked and put my effort into it.
Jonathan's football career for the Tigers never panned out, only amounting to a handful of receptions in his one and only season of playing for LSU.
Looking back at it now, I'm thankful for it because it made me think and made me a better man, not just on the field, but off the field. So I appreciate that whole entire experience.
Giles would earn a bachelor's degree from LSU in sports management, and with 1 year of college football eligibility still remaining, he returned home to Houston to play for the TSU Tigers as a graduate student, going full circle to play for Coach Clarence McKinney, who had recruited him out of high school some 5 years earlier.
It was an opportunity for not only to play for him, but to be back at home at TSU. Where I grew up, basically, my dad worked there for 21 years. He's a film coordinator. He still is there right now, and my parents and family are only 20 minutes away. So they got a chance to always come see me play every single weekend. They used to come to my practices, and it was just wonderful just to have them right there and have them supporting me.
But the opportunity at TSU hit an unexpected roadblock when, after just a handful of games, the college football season for the Tigers came to a grinding halt.
COVID hit us pretty hard, especially the Houston area. And so we tried to do a little spring season where we played 6 games, but it turned out we only played 2 games. And so it was a little tough just because, we love football. I've been doing football since I can remember. And so it was tough that COVID season.
But beyond the COVID season, Giles would stick it out with the Tigers. And in the fall of 2021, football was back, and so was Jonathan Giles, accounting for an impressive 40 receptions and 6 touchdowns.
It was a very fun year just because it allowed me to get my master's, which I never would have thought going into college I'd get my master's. So that extra year actually helped me not only football-wise, but it helped me academic-wise to get my master's. And the final season was great.
Great enough that just recently, Giles was one of only 40 players nationwide invited to the first HBCU NFL Draft Combine, where by all accounts, he impressed the scouts. At age 23, and now 7 years and 3 universities removed from his days at Elkins High, Jonathan's perseverance has him ever so close to a lifelong dream.
My dad and my mom, they've been pushing me for a very long time since I started playing sports. And then I've always had a dream playing in the National Football League. And so I've worked my tail off every single time I stepped on the field. And no matter if it's practice or in a game, I just worked my tail off because I knew my ultimate dream was to play in the National Football League. And to be at this moment where I'm at right now, to have a chance to do that is unbelievable.
Up next, we're off to Hitchcock as our Coach of the Week leads his Bulldogs to the state Final Four. Plus, an amazing goal in soccer, courtesy of St. Pius. And later, great play after great play with part 1 of the Plays of the Year. Welcome back to H-Town High School Sports, powered by Vite. I'm Todd Freed. As we highlighted at the top of the show, the Hitchcock Bulldogs advanced to state for the first time in 18 years, led by a head coach who had his own glory days with the Bulldogs. Hitchcock's Chris Jordan Foster is our ARS Coach of the Week.
Up and down, good.
As he prepares his team for its first state Final Four in 18 years, Hitchcock Bulldogs head coach Chris Jordan Foster has extra reason to take pride in a remarkable season. You see, Jordan Foster is a Hitchcock alum, a 2001 graduate who himself was a standout player in his own right for the Bulldogs some 21 years ago.
It's been very special. Just getting a chance to do this as a hometown kid. Everybody knows I'm from here, so we get a lot of people, even from surrounding areas, that call me, man, y'all did it, y'all made it back.
Special as well for the newest generation of Bulldogs, who proudly represent this Galveston County community just south of Houston.
It's fantastic. Just a great experience for everyone in and out of basketball.
Standout guard Damian McDaniel's uncle, Dante McDaniel, played for the last Hitchcock team to get to state in 2004. He's certainly thrilled to carry on the family tradition.
It feels good to just say we're going back to state after a long time. It just feels good saying we go back to state.
On the road to state, the Bulldogs posted a lofty 31-5 record. It's a team that prides itself on disciplined, hard-nosed basketball with a special affinity to defense.
I would say that our defense travels everywhere we go. We know some games we're not going to have our offense, and I try to preach to those guys. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter if we're playing outside. We could be playing in a parking lot. Your defense comes with you, and that's kind of been our trademark throughout the playoffs.
I think it's because we hustle so much. We sacrifice a lot. We put in a lot of hours in the gym, so I feel like that's what makes us a good team. And if one person go down, we feel like we go down with them. So it's we go through ups and downs with the whole team, not just one person struggling. It's all of us at the same time.
Something about this team, we're all very mature. We're all very, learning and adapting into our roles very well. And I think that everyone on this team is pretty selfless.
A selfless small-town team that's gone big time in the world of high school basketball.
All right, switching gears right now. And hey, did you see this crazy video on Twitter? St. Pius X facing St. Agnes Academy in the TAP 6A Division I state semifinals. Late in the match, game tied at 1, St. Pius's Corrine Ward with the corner kick and bend it like Beckham. It somehow finds its way to the back of the net. And that would end up being the game-winning goal. Watch it again. The wind definitely playing a big-time factor, just the way Corrine planned it, or maybe not. St. Pius won the game 2-1. They would fall in the state final to Plano John Paul II, but what a season it was for the Panthers.
Coming up, we're capping off the basketball season with an amazing edition of the Plays of the Year.
Welcome back to H-Town High School Sports, powered by Vite. I'm Todd Freed. Well, with the UIL state finals culminating this past weekend, all good things must come to an end on the high school hardwood. But not before we bring you a special edition of part 1 of the H-Town High School Sports Plays of the Year.
ATASCOCITA's Caleb Pouncey inbounds and the slam in the win over Westfield. Booker T. Washington, Andre Walker III, alley-oop, Kenneth Lewis. Stratford and Strake tied, 1.8 seconds left. Inbound pass for Stratford, loose ball, Keyshawn Bell launches it, and it goes to win the game. Wow. Dawson Eagles, Jaden Miller, rifle pass, Tyree Davis, and he slams it. Same game against Seven Lakes. Tahad Davis for Seven Lakes. He steals and he soars for the slam. Elkins against Bush. Elkins breaks the press, and Christopher Barnett with the mega jam in the Knights win. Shadow Creek against Dawson. Off the miss, Sean Jones with the put away. Same game, Sharks. Cam Ambry, alley-oop to Jones. What a tandem they were. Dawson gets in on the slamathon. Larry Lyon, how about that one? Elkins against Washington. Knights, Jackson Fields, how about this? Behind the back, and then the big dunk. Clearbrook and Dickinson. Brooks, Marcus Millender, half court to beat the buzzer at halftime, and it goes in the Clearbrook win. Chris Marshall of Marshall with the big time emphatic slam. Oh my, watch it again. Chris Marshall. More of him to come. Girls basketball. Houston Christian's DeAsia Thomas goes behind the back to Kayla Mackel. Houston Christian went 33-0. Booker T. Washington, Chris McDermott off the miss. He comes in with a follow-up slam in the win over Wheatley. Elkins again. Jackson Fields takes it, and the big stuff in the victory over Ridge Point. Dawson Eagles, final seconds, game tied against Strake Jesuit. Jaden Miller, the game winner, 35-footer. What a finish. Cy Creek and Cy Fair. Creek's TJ Ashford with the steal and the big-time slam. Same game for Cy Creek. Corey Hadnot had a great season, the steal and stuff. Peyto Panthers, Abu Kamara, the steal and slam against Jordan. Pearland, final seconds, down by 3 to Dawson. Charles Clark with a shot to tie and force overtime. Cy Ranch and Cy Falls, Dubin Manecki for Cy Ranch, the big-time slam and the overtime win. Courtesy of Twitter, Shadow Creek, Sean Jones will come in and then shatters the glass. Oh my, wow, no injuries. Shadow Creek won the game. Chris Marshall again. How about that dribble and the three-pointer and the win over Hightower. Back to the girls, Cy Creek versus Memorial. Creek's Danielle Ruffin with the steal and launches the three. Now, final seconds of overtime. Memorial inbounds. They trail by 1. Abigail Tomaski takes it and scores with 1 second left. Cy Creek has a chance. The desperation shot is not there. What a win and what a game for Memorial. Dickinson's Patrick Williams against Clearbrook. The big guy steals. The Under Armour All-American can slam the basketball. Seven Lakes and Tompkins. Tahad Davis for the Spartans. The steal and the stop. Same game. It's Josh Akpavwa with the big jam. The shot of the game for Tompkins. Luke Coffran with the game-winning three-pointer. Episcopal Knights, what a season they had. Jaquil Registe against St. John's, the slam. Same game. Brandon Mwamba, alley-oop, Jonathan Burrows. Then Jaden Holt, alley-oop, Deshaun Brody, and the Knights win. That's part 1 of your H-Town High School Sports Plays of the Year.
All right, we'll have part 2 of the Plays of the Year on next week's show. Have a great spring break, everyone. Until next time, stay H-Town proud.